Can I hear the noisemakers?
Gracias, muchas gracias, un placer estar con ustedes. Estos 2 días pasados estuvimos analizando la situación por la que atraviesan nuestros pueblos, el pueblo de México, la situación de Chiapas y los indígenas de toda la República Mexicana. Y me da mucho gusto estar aquí porque después de 2 días de análisis venimos a esta demostración para decirle al Fondo Monetario Internacional y al Banco Mundial y al corazón de las multinacionales que se encuentran en este país, esta demostración es una muestra de que no solamente nos la pasamos analizando, sino también hacemos acciones de inmediato para tratar de resolver la problemática de nuestro pueblo. Estamos trabajando para revisar a fondo el NAFTA, el Tratado de Libre Comercio, que únicamente vino a traer más miseria para nuestro país. Cada vez hay más alianzas estratégicas, más unidad entre los sindicatos, el movimiento sindical norteamericano, el movimiento sindical canadiense y el movimiento sindical mexicano para luchar juntos con la sociedad civil, nada sin la sociedad civil, con los indígenas y con todas las organizaciones sociales. Queremos decirles a las corporaciones multinacionales y a sus instrumentos financieros, el Fondo Monetario Internacional y al Banco Mundial, que no vamos a permitir que esta globalización sea una globalización en contra de nuestros pueblos. Ahora vamos a marchar hacia el corazón de las finanzas internacionales para manifestarnos y decirles que aquí estamos presentes y así como estamos aquí, estamos en todos los países de América luchando en contra del acuerdo de libre comercio de las Américas. Arriba, compañeros, que viva la lucha del pueblo.
Now I want to say this to you, who American citizens. You have a heavy duty. You have a duty to ensure that your government no longer provides the prop to the International Monetary Fund, which enables the civil servants of the International Monetary Fund to delay and to obscure the need for debt cancellation. I know, because I read the newspapers, that no one in the world no longer supports the International Monetary Fund. Nobody in Russia, nobody in Southeast Asia, nobody in Latin America, nobody in Europe. The International Monetary Fund has one supporter. And with that one supporter, it can do as it likes. And that supporter's name is Larry Summers, and he runs the US Treasury. And Larry Summers has just reappointed Michel Camdessou as director of the IMF for the next 6 years, despite the catastrophe of Russia, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. You American citizens are responsible for the appointment of your Treasury secretaries. Through your Congress, you agree these appointments. Through your Congress, you're able to put pressure on these figures. We call on you, because without the support of Larry Summers, Michel Camdessou, and the IMF would be crumbling. But the United States US Treasury Secretary is keeping them in place. So you have a heavy responsibility for all those people around the world who suffer under the policies of the IMF and under its absolute refusal to cancel debt outright. Our deadline is the year 2000. So we're calling for them to meet again. We're saying they've got to meet before the new year, or else we will spoil their party. We know that when a king or a president dies, that the leaders of the G7 drop everything and go to the funeral. They did so when the king of Morocco died. Suddenly schedules are cancelled, diaries are written out, and they get on those Air Force jets, whatever they are, and they fly to the funeral. Every day in indebted countries, 20,000 children die, according to the UN, because of the economic degradation destruction brought about by debt. We are saying to them, drop everything and meet again and help save the lives of 20,000 children.
Are concerned about how the Mexican government is treating indigenous people, workers, peasants, campesinos, are concerned about how the Mexican government is selling out to the U.S. government and to multinational corporations. And I'm particularly interested today in setting the record straight on one issue. Last week, an emergency delegation from the Mexico Solidarity Network traveled to the small indigenous community of Amador Hernandez in the state of Chiapas, a community of about 400 people which has been under siege for the last 6 weeks. 6 weeks ago, 300 paratroopers and an unknown number of Army troops and police forces moved in and took over the community, surrounded it with barbed wire, and set up a series of human traps designed to injure or kill people from the community. We reported on the existence of these traps, and the Mexican government has denied that they exist. Well, I'd like to show you what the Mexican government has denied.
Shame! Shame!
There are at least 37 of these traps in the community around Amador Hernandez. They're in 1-meter holes. They're covered by leaves so that people can't see them. You can imagine what would happen if somebody fell on this from 3 feet, 3.5 feet above. They would probably be mangled or killed. This is what the Mexican government is doing. This is how the Mexican government treats its indigenous population. And we say this has to end. We say peace in Chiapas. We say respect the San Andres Accords. We say pull the army out of Chiapas. We demand an end to this war against the genocide against the indigenous population.
¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas!
¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas!
¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas! ¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas! ¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas! ¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas! ¡Fuera ejército de Chiapas! ¡Fuera ejército de
FMI débarqué, Banque mondiale déclaré que nous doués. FMI débarqué, Banque mondiale déclaré que nous doués. Nous pas doués, pas doués, pas doués.